Seabreeze FM is calling. Seabreeze. Seabreeze FM is calling. All that makes will fill ya. We promise we will bring ya all the best around the clock. 24/7. Hot, hot, hot. Seabreeze. Seabreeze FM is calling. Come on over, tune on in. You don't know what you're missing. Feel the breeze, kick back, relax. Love and music to the max. Seabreeze FM is calling. Check this out. Listen to the beat. Crank it up, move your feet. Can you feel the heat? Seabreeze FM is calling. Seabreeze FM is calling. Calling to you. Seabreeze FM is calling.
New Zealand and America. It's time for your international connection with Stu in Victoria. American journalist Victoria Gaither brings you the latest in news and entertainment. Plus, you never know what Stu will say on air. So let's get started or listen live at seabreezefm.com. Stu, Victoria.
Well, good morning, New Zealand, and good afternoon to our American listeners over there in drive time. You are listening to International Connections, a new show on Seabreeze FM. As the sun is gleaming in the window here, and I just cannot see a thing right now. Isn't it amazing just how things can go to the pack when that sun comes up? Here, I've been wanting the sun to come up all morning, and just as we go to air, it gleams in the window and can't see a thing. But never mind. Lovely Victoria Gaither over there in Washington, D.C. Good afternoon to you.
Well, while I was sitting here, and of course I do the show on the other side of the world with Stu on Skype, I saw the sun just sort of come right in there through the window, and I thought, oh man, if I know Stu, he's going to have a hard time seeing that because of where the studio is, and I know where your screen is. But anyway, I want to say hello. We've got a lot to talk about, news in America as well as from around the world. Stu, I know you had a really busy week, and I know last time I talked to you, there was a meeting at the Kazi Club. So did that meeting go well? Was it a good turnout? Good news there at the Kazi Club?
Yeah, it was. It was good. AGM, of course, on Sunday afternoon at the Kazi Club, Matangi Beach Cosmopolitan Club. And, a good turnout, all positive, no objections. It was all a happy atmosphere, so it was very good, very pleased.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I'm hearing some news also that your Prime Minister, John Key, is scheduled to meet with President Barack Obama of America, my country, next month at the White House. And I guess they're going to talk about politics, and I'm sure the Prime Minister will have an opportunity to go to a lot of fancy dinners and events while he is in Washington, D.C. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to try to get the scoop on things while Prime Minister John Key is here, considering you and I have this international connection with New Zealand and America. So I'm really, really happy about that, Stu. Very excited when I saw that.
You never know, you might get an interview.
I know. Well, you know me, I'm going to try to effort an interview. So if I can get an interview with John Key, if his people are out there listening, Prime Minister, when you're in Washington, I'm going to try to effort an interview with you for International Connection. So try to put me on your schedule. If you want to give me 5 minutes, sir, I'll definitely take 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I need, Stu.
Cool. All right, I'll let you carry on talking about the news because I'm going to go and shut these curtains. I can't see a thing.
Okay, well, that sounds good. You go right ahead. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the news. It's intense in Thailand, where violence has spilled into the streets. People have died or been injured, and the army declared martial law on Tuesday. The Thai army declared martial law throughout the country in a surprise move that an aide to the embattled prime minister said the government didn't know beforehand and certainly wasn't expecting. The takeover is said not to be a coup, but of course we know that's sort of what it is, by the military, but restoring peace and public safety. All Thai television stations are being guarded by the military. They are advising all residents to stay in the house and go about their business as normal activities, which I think is kind of hard, because if you've got police officers and armed vehicles and trucks sort of patrolling communities and streets. It's kind of hard just to say, well, go about your business and just sort of act like we're not here. And also in some other news, Russia's President Putin has ordered troops near the Ukrainian border back to base. This according to the Kremlin, signaling a possible easing of tension 6 days before Ukraine's presidential election. The Ukrainian prime minister said the government will try to ensure the May 25th presidential election goes ahead as planned throughout the country. NATO says Putin has 40,000 troops on the Ukrainian border. And in Turkey, 3 people have been arrested as a result of the mining accident that killed 301 miners on Tuesday of last week. This comes after widespread anger over what's being called Turkey's worst mining disaster. Prosecutors arrested the company's manager and charged him with negligence and 2 other company officials. The arrest followed allegations by miners that the company failed to heed safety concerns. So I'm telling you, Stu, this first block is full of lots and lots of news from around the world this morning.
Yes, you're certainly right there. Gosh, there's a lot of it, isn't there? There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It is. Lots and lots of it. Yeah. So we're going to toss to a break and a station ID, and we're going to be back with some more news.
All right. Gosh, that round's come around very quick this morning, Victoria. Huh?
That's because you got up to go change the curtain, and by the time you came back, I'd already done 2 stories.
Goodness gracious me. All right, this one's going to bring back some memories. Believe me, it's going to bring back some memories. Some of you might not even remember it. You might be too young to remember it. Connie Francis.
Good morning, New Zealand. I'm Michael Kay, entertainment co-host for At Home with Victoria on the Blog Talk Radio Network in America. And you know what I like with my morning coffee? I like a little international connection with Stu and Victoria, only on Seabreeze FM.
Welcome back. You're listening to International Connection on Seabreeze FM radio in New Zealand. I am American journalist Victoria Gaither, joining you here live from America. And Stu Frith from New Zealand, a great broadcaster. Of course, I'm biased because I work with him. I think he's the greatest broadcaster that has ever come out of New Zealand. He's there on the other side in Himatani Beach as I have the opportunity to give you the day's news story. So, Stu, something you and I basically found out today. I don't know if we should be embarrassed about this or it's just because our schedules are so busy that we just simply didn't have the time to know that this was going on. Under your radiostream.com, when you listen on the computer, you have a live chat room.
Didn't you know about that?
I know. I generally know everything, but I did not know. So are you telling me that you knew about the chat room?
No, but I'm just amazed that you didn't know about it. But as you say, you're a nosy little devil. Normally you do know everything.
Yes, I am a nosy little devil, but somehow this escaped me. So I want to thank my American radio husband, Michael K., for telling me about it. Michael is in the chat room. Ryan is in the chat room. Tony is in the chat room. Henry is there. Paul is there. Someone, Blue Palmerston North, is in the chat room. So basically, to find it, if you're on the internet, when you click on the link to Seabreeze FM to listen to the show, there's a button right at the top that says Open Chat Room. You push that button, and you too can be inside the chat room to listen to International Connection and the top stories of the day. So back here in America, the Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling has until May the 27th to respond to the National Basketball Association, which on Monday initiated a charge seeking to terminate all ownership rights in the franchise. Sterling and his wife Shelley, through a family trust, will also be allowed to make a presentation at the governor's meeting scheduled for June the 3rd. Sterling is fighting to keep his team after he made racist comments about African Americans. And a big merger in communications, AT&T is the proud owner of DirecTV. The move gives the telecommunications company a larger base of video subscribers and increases its ability to compete against Comcast and Time Warner Cable. According to AT&T chairman, the deal allows them to take premium content and deliver it across multiple points to your smartphone, tablet, television, or laptop. Plus, also, they want to be able to offer consumers better bundles. So, Stu, most people here in America are some people are happy that this deal went through, but then there are other people who are very concerned that the deal went through because they believe that at the end of the day, consumers are going to be the ones who just aren't going to get the best deal out of this merger. Stu, did you have any problems with your phone or anything or computer running this week there?
No, nothing major. I didn't, but I wasn't actually in the studio when all these problems were meant to be happening with telecom and that. But when I came back, things were working all right to 99%, I think. So I wasn't really up with the ball game until you mentioned something about it when we were talking. So, I didn't have the major problems, but I believe a lot of people did.
Yeah. I mean, and it seems like hundreds and hundreds of people. So I happened to see that on Monday that Telecom suffered a major technical fault, shutting down the company system for basically mostly the entire day. Some of the customers' apparently inbound phone lines were not working, and the company's website was down. So the ability to call and text was still working fine, according to company officials. I guess it was people that were trying to perhaps call out that were having problems. But, yeah, that was really, really big because I get a bunch of news alerts when things happen in New Zealand. So that was really blowing up the alert system on Monday about telecom. But it seems like it was only a problem that was a day, and they're back up and running and not having any problems. So I'm really happy to hear that. Because if they were having problems, can you believe that you and I wouldn't be able to do the show today because you do this over the internet? And of course, things would just completely unravel if you can't listen to International Connection and me. The world would just be crazy, right?
Yeah, the world would go crazy, all right? Crazy with joy. Crazy with joy.
Oh, that's not nice. Hey, be mean to the Yankee. That's not nice.
That'll get the chat room going.
Yes, it probably will. And they'll probably say, stop being mean to the American journalists. Well, so the U.S. government is stepping in to help farmers in Central America fight a devastating coffee disease. At issue is a fungus called coffee rust that has caused more than 1 billion and damage across the Latin American region. The disease is already affecting prices of some high-end coffees, and the government is hoping by stepping in and to help that this will be able to keep the price of coffee down worldwide. They're also trying to help out those small farmers who depend on this coffee to feed their families. So, Stu, and I know you love coffee. How many cups of coffee would you say that you drink a day? What, 6, 8, 10?
Depending on what's happening and how much stress I'm under. That's really what it comes down to. Before, when I used to smoke, I used to get through a lot of coffee, because the coffee and the smoke went together. So every time I